what do? Do you write? Do you make art? And just make it pretty beautiful. I have shells in my bathroom. So I try to bring nature in the house, but also make things, right? Make art and I'm working on a carving that it's of an Egyptian woman. I'll post it on the site once I'm done. It should be done this month. And so it's
creating your own beauty.
And that elevates you and makes you feel beautiful, right? Like it feels so beautiful. Everything feels beautiful around you and you feel beautiful too.
Welcome to Permission the Podcast. I'm Dr. T, and this is my sister,
Silvana, and we are two regular people talking about spirituality in our daily lives.
Each week, we're inviting you to the internal conversation. So let's get started.
With your permission.
Okay, welcome back to Permission the Podcast.
This week, we're going to talk about the beauty we create.
The awe of it all.
Yeah. Well, not the awe, like just creating beautiful things and bringing it to your environment.
Yeah.
And how it interacts with you and what it does to you, really.
I feel like that's awe.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so to go into the topics, right? I did have someone ask me how I came up with topics, or how we come up with topics. You came up with this topic. And part of it was based on last week's episode. If you tuned in, there was a wee little bit about Dr. Tara Schwartz's new book, podcast, Rat Experiment, and how the rats in the bad environment or dark environment or whatever the environment was that wasn't pleasant, those rats had decreased cognitive capacities to the point where I believe it said that their brains shrank, and the rats in the nice and healthy and beautiful environments had more brain capacity, access to more brain capacity, and how that implies that we do as well, and how important our environment is. So from that, we decided to make this
episode,
the next episode.
Yeah. And to me with them, well, I also, I've been reading my cards pretty often.
Can you go into that a little bit? Because I feel like this has become a thing.
Yeah. I don't do it every night anymore, but I am reading my cards and I'm getting different sets of cards with different things. And I pulled...
It's getting out of hand.
No, it's
getting
awesome.
Out of hand.
It's like
every time I call you, you got a new deck. Mind you, we talk every day. No, come on.
Stop it. It's not that bad. I have 5 decks right now.
Yeah, that's 5 days.
Anyway, I pulled this card that talked about creating beauty and bringing it into your environment, bringing it in home. So bring nature into your house, create beauty, and to uplift you too, to make you connect with, I don't know, it's a divine connection when you are surrounded by beauty, or just making spaces that are beautiful, right? Like, where do I meditate? I meditate in my backyard. Grass, it's beautiful. I put sit on a rock sometimes, but sometimes I'm putting a blanket so I can lay down on it, but I keep my feet always touching the ground and my hands.
Okay.
But bringing that beauty into also the house, having plants. I bring rocks from the beach. Like, I have heart-shaped rocks all over the house.
I know. I've been a part of those those walks, those collections.
Driftwood. I mean, just bringing nature into your home, your space.
Because my other sister does the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You and Maddie, did you kind of like talk about this? You started collecting heart-shaped rocks?
So she started collecting them a while back. In fact, I used to collect them for her. So I used to look for them to give them to her. And I think a lot of people started doing that. But because when you're looking for something and then it just starts coming to you, right? It starts coming to you because that's what you're manifesting. When you're looking for it, you just, and all of a sudden, everywhere I went,
those rocks don't come to me.
I see them everywhere. Like,
they're
so when
nowhere.
People say, how do you find these? Some are perfect. And I'm like, I don't. They find me.
For sure. They're not looking for me.
And then if I'm looking and I'm going on a hike, I see even in the ground perfect rocks that look like hearts, and I take pictures, and it's pretty cool. But
It's a thing. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
and I have some rocks that are pretty big, like like that, and
the size of your hand.
and some are tiny little ones. And some are shells that are heart shaped. Some are, I have a ton
So
of
it
them.
started with Maddie.
Yeah. And then she gave me her, it's contagious.
Okay.
It's contagious because then I started seeing them everywhere. So I started collecting them too.
Well, I looked for 5 minutes and nothing happened. So I stopped looking. Okay. So,
but what does it mean to have a space where you bring beauty? Like, I'm looking at your apartment right now, and your apartment is always tidy. There's some shells in there. There's some glass hearts, and there's beauty here, right? There's a nice plant.
I keep a tight ship.
Right, but that also elevates you. It elevates your mood. It does something. Now, if you had clutter everywhere, you come home, and how do you feel about that? Right?
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of my home, how do you like Eve? I have this. So at some point, we should probably just take a picture of it and post it. But I have this poster of a woman I call Eve because she's holding a red apple to her
green
cheek.
Apple to her cheek.
Actually, she's holding it to toner ear, which is awesome. I don't know if I've noticed that.
It's a green apple, and the tones of the painting are in red.
It's almost like she's in love with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love Eve. I feel like she's the centerpiece of the whole place.
Yeah.
Well, I say we. I won't.
I will.
Okay. There's clearly some action outside, but
welcome to New York.
There's also a bar. I have a bar cart.
Oh yeah.
I have a bar cart. And
you do.
It's gold. I've been adding gold accents to my home because I've been calling it in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wealth, abundance. I don't know. There's something about gold too that I feel connects me to the past as well.
For me, yeah, so I like both silver and gold, but I've gone through periods where I only want to wear gold and periods where I only want to wear silver. And I'm in the period right now where I want to wear gold. For the most part, I'm wearing gold. And what gold reminds me of is
Los Incas?
Egyptian.
You went way out there.
Yeah, and also, sure, Incas too, but when I wear a lot of gold, like earrings, and I feel like
we come from the land of gold, Oye.
Connected to Egypt. Hey, I was Egyptian. I know it.
You are Peruvian. You were Egyptian.
Yeah, I am Peruvian.
You are.
And Egyptian. And, past life, but it's happening now too.
It's all happening now. Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel some sort of way about my bar cart. I think it's great. Okay. I love it. I don't drink.
So what?
So it's just like decor, right?
I have a wine cellar. It's not a cellar. I have a wall that has, you can probably fit 74 bottles of wine or whatever.
That number sounds low for what it looks like.
Yeah, no, it's like 70 something bottles. I think I can fit close to 80, whatever.
I think you're not ambitious enough. I feel like you can fit more in that.
Okay. But I do drink wine. Now less and less, but I mean, I do like one glass of wine with dinner at times.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the taste of bourbon. I always have. I mean, not always, but you know what I mean. The idea sounds nice, and then when I do it, it's also nice, but there's a gap between having the thought and getting a drink. I don't know.
So are you thinking of getting rid of your bar cart?
No, it's beautiful.
Oh, okay. So
wait, do you want it? Do you want it? No. I just think it adds like a je ne sais quoi to the place, even though, I have this idea that at some point I'll entertain. That doesn't really happen. I can.
You could.
I don't.
You have an awesome rooftop
I do.
with awesome view.
I
But
did
then,
celebrate my birthday up there. But going back to the topic, right? I have an amazing view
yeah. And that's part of it
of New
too.
York.
Like, you know, just having that beauty and what it does to you, how it elevates you, what it motivates you, makes you more creative. If you're an artist, you know what I'm talking about. You always want to look at beautiful things to create beautiful things.
Yeah. I will say that the most important part of any apartment is the window
Yeah,
for me.
the window.
If it doesn't have a good window, I can't handle it.
And for me, it's also a lot of natural light. I need natural light. One, because I love having plants and I have tons of plants. And two, because it's just natural light, especially when you're painting, when you're doing things, when you're drawing. Natural light is, to me, is like the truth of what the colors are going to look like, rather than, you know, certain lights, the colors don't look the same.
Interesting. So I really love starting a new Pages document, like Word Pages, because I write. So something about opening a new Pages document is kind of like fun, like I'm like, start new, and it's a blank page.
It's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
A page full of possibilities and dreams.
There's potential. There's so much potential on that blank page.
That's how an artist is a canvas, right? Like you see the empty white and you can see all kinds of things. Like it's not empty. It's full of your ideas, your creativity. And sure, creativity in words too, right?
Yeah. I actually just recently this week wrote a short story for a friend. She doesn't know. It's a gift. And it was so exciting. And she probably won't know because I'm almost positive that she doesn't listen to this. And so it's a gift. And when I started, it was like, I remember, like, because I'm writing projects that I'm already in the middle of it, So when I started this, like, it's a really short story, like real short. When I started this, I opened just like new document and bloop, a blank page. Yeah, like this is where I'm going to do it. And also interesting when my keyboard is too slow, like I'm going, I'm typing and I'm going, and I think it's the shift button on the right side with my keyboard gets kind of stuck sometimes. It really
breaks your flow.
Yeah, it really kind of like I skipped a beat there.
It's gotta be like you have a thought and somebody interrupts, right? Like
yeah.
Like your phone rings and you're like,
yeah. Do you ever have? I imagine that's not a thing with painting.
Interruptions?
Well, like there's nothing that kind of like you're skipping, because with the keyboard, it's almost like you skipped a beat, and I was like, oh no, I have to go back. You don't have that, I don't think,
unless you have a malfunction with the brush or something.
Unless you do the wrong stroke.
No, not the wrong stroke. Like, you know how some brushes, if they're like on their way out, they will like leave a hair or something. I'm like, bleh. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, that is really exciting. I don't know how many people would say that about a blank
piece of paper. I feel like that about a blank piece of paper when I haven't the intent to draw something and I don't know what it is. It's going to come out. So I went through a period of time where I was meditating, and after meditation, I would just do what I called no more than 10 minutes to 15 minutes piece of art. And I had no idea what was going to come out. So I would like start with a blank and I would be excited about it. And I would think, okay, and then something.
My goodness, that's so funny. So I was inspired to write this short story because the idea followed me. So I think it was an idea that I had like a couple months ago, and I was like, yes, that's great. That's a great idea. And I didn't act on it. And then not too long ago, something came up and I remembered it again. Well, it's also a time framing thing. Anyway, so it came up again and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I have to do that. And then I was in a meditation earlier this week, and I really thought it out. So when I went to sit in front of it, I already had this entire thing that wanted to come out.
That's awesome.
Do you have that, like where you're going to the page and you're like, I know exactly what I'm gonna draw? I've already imagined it.
So funny you should mention. So today, or was it yesterday's meditation? No, 2 days ago, my meditation, I was doing meditation outside and I finish and the sun is already sort of coming down in between the trees, but I can still see in between the leaves. And I asked the sun to give me information.
Of course you did.
And because I could see his rays, and then I started just sort of like, you know how you focus on a candle or flame or something, and you sort of just get into a trance.
Yeah.
So I got into a trance with the sun, and I said, I want you to give me information, whatever information you have for me. And so I'm staring at the sun. And then I think I closed my eyes, but then not that many times or anything. And then all I saw, so here's the sun. I'm looking at the sun and I saw a heart. Of course
you did.
Heart. And the heart had a pin into it. And I'm like, yeah, I know I'm about to draw something like that already.
Yeah.
Because I've talked to you about that.
Yeah.
And so now I know in which direction the pin is going in. And it was blue. The heart was blue and it was actually quite bright. So it's funny how sometimes when I am connecting to, say I'm connecting to a tree or I'm connecting to the sun, the colors are, I don't know, I want to say they're like brighter. And so it was like I can't even explain this blue, but whatever. It was like that. It was blue. And then after that, and I said, okay. And then I was thinking about myself and then it turned green. My heart is green. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's turned green. That's me. And then it turned one more color, like it was like more like yellowish. Okay. And so I was like, wow, but that wasn't it. That was not the end of the message. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. I can't wait to start this hearts. And I already sort of started, but I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
And so then after that, I kept looking at the sun and then a hole open inside the sun and I can see trees and leaves, but in the inside through the sun, it was like, I'm like, oh my, is that a portal? So I put my hand out towards the sun to see if I can
You were tripping out. Did you take something?
No, it was after my meditation.
Yeah, likely story.
Well, I'm trying to connect with the mystic.
Hey, you say I take steroids. I can say you take something else.
I don't take anything. I do meditate and I do, my intention is to connect with the mystic, right?
Yeah.
And do other stuff. But anyway, so the sun opened up. There's this hole like this and I can see through it. And on the other side, I can see also trees, but it wasn't the trees from here. It was from the inside. On the other side. And so then I reached out my fingers, like almost like to go, like I wanted to go in.
Like you were poking the sun?
Like I wanted to put my hand through that hole.
Great. This is great.
Yeah.
We don't even know what we're saying now. Okay. And what happened?
And then that was that. My hand couldn't reach the sun.
That's unfortunate. Okay.
But anyway, that's the message I got.
Wait, so I need to know. So the heart was blue and then it was green and then it was yellow.
No,
and then there was.
So it was mainly blue and the shade of blue turned into different bluish colors. So meaning if you think about water, there is like super blue and then it had some tones of turquoise and then the pin, there was a pin like the sewing pin, whatever, Yeah. The pin was coming from the top down instead of where I imagined it before from the bottom up.
Okay.
And it was the funny thing is that I've been thinking of making this painting for a while.
You have. So wait, you said the hearts changed, the heart
Colors.
changed colors.
Yeah.
And you said the message wasn't that. There was more to the message. What was the message?
Oh, the portal. That's talking about the portal.
So the message was the portal.
Well, no, the whole thing. It was just like, I'm going to do this heart. Now I know how to do it, or how
you're going to do it.
How I'm going
Right.
to finish doing it.
Yeah.
And then the green was me. And then I saw light. It turned into light, and then it opened up into the portal.
Okay, so you're going to do this drawing of a heart. You are going to do this drawing of a heart, and then you're going to go into a portal. That's the message. Okay. Well, that's very inconvenient for me.
I'm not going to leave. Well, I want to be fearless of the unknown and just be able to
take a deep dive.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like,
what do you have to lose?
Yeah. And that's what I was telling my friends the other day too. Or you. Was it you? There's something like, what's the worst that can happen? I die. I don't come back to my body. And then I start a new life.
What's the worst that can happen? Death.
Yet I view death differently now. So
it's like pick your own adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like game over. This video game is over. I'll start a new one.
Okay. So
this is intense today.
Today is a lot.
It is Friday.
It's Friday night. Okay. I'm remembering to be in awe when I walk around in the city.
Okay.
So every morning when I go to CrossFit, because I go there every morning generally, right? There have been times when I've tried to look up and catch something new, and that's been nice. And
look up to the sky?
Yeah, like buildings. Sometimes I remember to look down 42nd Street. I love 42nd Street. I used to live on 42nd Street and remember that it's there and to look, right? And I went on a walk in the city not too long ago with a CrossFit friend. And I was just like, wow, isn't this great? We're like in nowhere Manhattan. And this is great. I think we were on the east side. Who goes to the east side? I don't know. And we were like on First Ave or something. And I was like, okay, we're on the east side. Fine. But it's still great. This is great.
I do that with nature.
Just in awe of my surroundings.
I normally hug trees. And the other day I decided I put my left hand on my tree in my backyard. And I put my forehead, whatever, the area where the third eye is supposed to be, or first eye. And I landed on the tree and I just leaned on it. And I felt like I was in love. It was like, and that's what happened before I got the other messages, the hearts and stuff. So I did that. I put my forehead on it and I said, thank you to the tree. I know everything you do. And because I want to speak their language one day. And I just felt like it loved me back. Like it loved me so much that I fell in love. Like I felt like I was in love. That was amazing.
Yeah.
And so bringing beautiful things, bringing flowers, flower arranging. Wow, the city's talking. It's roaring. It's like, roar.
Wow.
I know. Normally we don't have this much action, but maybe it's because your window's open.
I know. Should I close it?
No. Too late.
All right.
And so just bringing and creating spaces within your home where you can just, like a sanctuary, right? Like a place where you can meditate, or it doesn't have to be that. It could be a place where you are creative. What do you do? Do you write? Do you make art? And just make it pretty beautiful. I have shells in my bathroom. So I try to bring nature in the house, but also make things, right? Make art and I'm working on a carving that it's of an Egyptian woman. I'll post it on the site once I'm done. It should be done this month. And so it's
creating your own beauty.
And that elevates you and it makes you feel beautiful, right? Like it feels so beautiful. Everything feels beautiful around you and you feel beautiful too. I feel beautiful.
I have a friend that is working on doing some renovations in her apartment, and her husband is creating things, and that's been really awesome to witness. Like,
nice.
he built a shelf, he was building
That's
lamps.
awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Super cool,
Nice.
super cool
That's
stuff.
very cool.
Yeah. And it's beautiful, and the shelves are, you know, full of flowers. Yeah.
So in spirituality, what a beautiful space does, you know, it connects you to the divine. It elevates you when it comes to the psyche. A nice environment. I'm sure you have something to say about that.
Well, yeah, it feeds your brain, right? It
The rats.
facilitates. Yeah. But also, so even just like going into it from the home perspective, right? Because the home is an external representation of your internal landscape. And that's kind of how we've had some projective tests, right? So there's and I'll share this because, you know, I don't think you know about this either, is there's a test where you ask the person to draw a tree, a person, and a house.
Okay.
And it's called house tree person test.
Okay.
And
what does each thing represent?
So
the tree.
So it's different aspects of yourself, and then it has a criteria for how to interpret it. But part of it is the house says, your home says a lot about what's happening for you internally. And so,
I mean, size wise, is it big? Is it small? Is it falling down?
yeah, that can be too. I mean, the drawing is very relevant in that sense. And if you're buying, that would also be relevant in that sense, but more of the internal space, right? So if you're renting a place, the place is just a place you're occupying for the time. Like you were mentioning about my place, that it's kind of tidy and things like that. It's more of a reflection of how much space and time I have, right? And I'm intentional in creating that. And that's what I'm putting out, and that's what's being reflected back. So in looking at your own space, the call to action here would be, how do you feel like your space is representative of your insides, right? So if it's cluttered, then does that mean you ruminate? Do you hold on to things? Do you hold on to things emotionally? Do you hold on to things in your body? If there's dirt or it's like not clean, so then there's stuff that's old inside, right? Like
It's
some old
releasing,
stuff,
yeah.
right? That has gotten stuck.
You're constipated.
That could be it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's time to get rid of it.
Time to get rid of the shit. For a while, I didn't really get it about the space. Like I didn't get
how it affects you.
The core. I didn't get why it mattered. I didn't get it. Okay, it's just like a room, whatever. I didn't ever put pictures up. I didn't do any of that. I'm glad I get it now.
Yeah. So it makes a difference in your
massive
in the way you approach things too. Like you come in and you're like, oh, this is your space. Light up some candles. You make it pretty for you. You romance yourself.
Yeah.
And it sets that tone, that mood, right? Flowers, candles. It definitely, music. That's a form of art, and just what it does. I mean, like, look at what music does to plants. How they grow when you talk to them, when you put some music.
How do you feel about incense?
I like it. I use it sometimes. I don't burn them every day. I don't, and it's like every now and then I want, like, okay, I'm going to burn an incense. And, I do love the sage and rose petals. Also Palo Santo. How do you say Palo Santo? And I don't know.
Palo Santo.
Yeah. So I do burn every now and then. But at night, I like burning candles.
I've been doing that a lot more.
Yeah. And sometimes when I shower, I turn all the lights and I just put some candles and I just shower with the intention of cleansing, releasing, letting go of stuff that doesn't serve me, letting go of anything in the day that wasn't the greatest thing or whatever. I just like let it go. Water will take care of it. Wash it away.
What's the most beautiful scenery that you've kind of seen or are inclined to?
Or created?
Yeah.
You mean as far as art, or you mean just environment wise?
Both. Let's go with both.
As far as art, I love this one piece of me sitting looking at the sunset. And and I love it. Well, I made it. It's one of it was actually my second oil painting. No, like third oil painting ever.
It's really good.
And it's actually a picture that you took of me.
Yeah, no, I remember.
And I loved it so much.
I'm a pretty good photographer.
And I painted it. And it just brings me back to that being there. So when I look at it, I feel like I'm there at the Cape looking at the sunset, and it just gives me this, because for me going to those beaches at the Cape is where I recharge my batteries, where I like is a very special place for me. And so that, as far as paintings, that's it for me. As far as creating environment wise, I love my bathroom. So my bathroom has tiles they're blue, and it represents the ocean. So the shower has those blue tiles, and then outside of the bathtub, there's some stones, kind of like what would you call it? Like a mosaic stones, kind of, and that represents the sand and the rocks, and the flooring is sand color. The toilet is sand color. There's a round mirror, and behind the mirror, over the vanity, there's the blue tiles all the way up to the ceiling. And there's the sun. The sun is over the window where the sun actually sets on that side. I love it. I put a lot of thought into it, because I wanted to be, when I shower, I wanted to be like, I feel like I was in the ocean. And so the windowsill has shells.
That's amazing.
So I put a lot of thought into it. And I don't know if people go in and they feel like, oh, this is what she wanted to go with. But a lot of people have gone into my bathroom and be like, yo, your bathroom, that's nice.
That's fire.
And so when it comes to creating spaces, that one and my wine room.
Okay. I would say the beach is my environmental place. If I had to pick, I would say going to the beach, and I guess any beach, but typically a good one. I feel like so a while back, I used to not walk around barefoot.
Yeah, I remember that. It's really weird.
Weird. For a very long time in my life, I used to not walk around barefoot. And the beach was the only place I would allow myself to be barefoot. So there was that sense of freedom with being at the beach that has been there for me all along. And as far as something I've created, I don't know. Sometimes I'm surprised at the words that I've written. Yeah. Do you ever get that? Do you ever?
Yeah. I read your book, so yeah, I'm surprised too.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
No, like, okay, you wrote another book that I didn't read.
Yeah.
But this book, I read it. And that's the first.
The other book was terrible. Well, okay.
Because it was the first time I was reading your stuff. So it's like, she's a writer.
What? You think so?
Absolutely.
I had this moment not too long ago where I thought, oh my goodness, I think I'm a writer. Did I call you? I called you.
He's like, do you feel like you're an artist? And I'm like, yeah. But did you always feel it? Yeah.
But listen, people write every day. You write a text message every day. You write an email every day. Yeah, well, maybe not an email every day. But
writing a memoir and writing a text message is different.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. So I've been practicing, because I want this book to be available for audio, because when I think of my audience, I think of myself. Is that interesting? Like, I would want to listen to the thing. So then I'm doing an audiobook anyway. So I'm practicing reading my book. And sometimes I'm like, did I come up with that? And I will say that my editor was absolutely out of the fucking world. She was fucking phenomenal and she just got it. So was it me? Was it her? Was it Carrie? I don't know. But it was one of us. There was only 2 people on the project. So
yeah, no, it's good. It's very clever.
sometimes I'm surprised at the words and that makes me think, well, maybe it's because I'm getting it from somewhere, you know. There was this poem that I wrote a long time ago. I think I was in college. I was at UConn and I was in a creative writing class because, you know, I had ideas. I liked writing then also. So I wrote this poem about a person waking up. And in my head, it was in New York City. I was in Storrs, Connecticut at the time, of course, in UConn. And in my head, it was in New York City. And there was this guy that was waking up and he woke up and there were no people. And he was running around frantically.
He was the only human.
He was the only one there. For some reason, that poem specifically has like stuck with me. I should pull it out
And show it.
Yeah, and then quotes. I have some quotes. I'm like, oh, when sometimes I'm talking to someone and I say something and I was like, oh, that's good, and I'm like texting myself.
Hey, yeah.
At least gets all my
right?
At least gets all my quotes. She gets them, but it's the moments I think when or I feel that are surprising, when you catch yourself off guard, when you're in the middle of saying something and you realize, wow, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Without meaning to, without intending to, without, it's just something that flows out of you
in the moment.
Yeah.
And at times I have to write stuff down, or if I'm like thinking of a drawing, then I do a little sketch and then I make it into a drawing. You know,
there's
like,
a spark that happens.
It's like it's the muse.
Do you believe that it comes from outside of you?
No, yes and no.
No, yes.
Outside provides inspiration, you know, like you look at nature, you look at things, and it just gives you this sense of inspiration, but the creations happens in here. Nature is not going to draw it for you.
You can't hand your brush to the tree.
Maybe one day.
When was the last time you were struck by beauty in the external world, like a place?
Oh, I've been doing some hikes, and it was more like the end of last year or part of the spring too. There's been some beautiful places I've seen through the hikes, but I've always, for me, although I love being in like trees and mountains and stuff, a body of water nearby, whether it's a lake, whether it's the ocean, it gets me. And I've been meditating in this place in Westport called Sherwood Island. And I time my meditation so that it ends as the sun's setting. And so by the time I'm like, open your eyes, I can see the sun bright and orange coming down. And I'm timing it.
That is crazy.
And so I open my eyes and it's like, oh. And then the reflection of the sun in the water, I don't know what to say. It's just like, it's amazing.
Okay, so my niece came to visit me, I don't know, 2 weeks ago maybe now. And we went on a walk by the piers and we just kept going. We just kept walking. And at some point, you know, she asked, "Are we going home?" I was like, "Well, no,
Are we there yet?
We're heading the opposite direction." And I said, "Well, do you want to go home?" She's like, "Yeah, that would be good." So we doubled back. We walked back, and on the way back, I said, I have towels. They're the yoga towels, meaning they're like the longer, thin
Towels.
towels. If you want to like lay down, we can find a green spot and lay down near the piers. And we decided to do that. And we just laid out and we were near the water and the sun was going down and we were underneath a tree.
Just
Perfect.
Like,
it was just so precious.
Yeah.
Right? I sent you pictures actually. Remember when you were with Mari and Carlos?
Yes, I remember. And I'm like, oh, where are you? And you're like, where are you? Because we were at a water place there. We were walking by St. Mary's by the sea.
She asked me where I was.
Yeah.
And I said, New York City, baby. No, I mean, there was something about that moment that was just like, wow.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing?
And then I have this thought, like, I don't think it can get better than this. Like
looking at the beauty and just, but also soaking it in because you're like, and it just comes into you.
And I'm laying down next to my niece who is the most amazing, the next generation in our families. I'm like, wow. They are wow.
They're awesome. They're awesome. All of
Where
them.
did they come from?
I don't have one that I'm like, no.
Oh, not one. And there's 13 of them.
They're
They
amazing. They're amazing humans.
So I'm laying down next to Titi and we're just like, and in my head, I'm like, you are so awesome. This is so awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm looking up at this tree that's kind of like, there was a wee bit of wind. So it was almost
moving,
like
it's dancing.
It's dancing on top of me. Like, those movies where they had like the people kind of, with the leaves and like going like this
like
to the
fanning
the I felt like, I felt like
Cleopatra.
This tree is like, you
were waiting for somebody to feed you some grapes,
like dancing and above me.
Mm-hmm.
The sun was like doing its bright, colorful thing. It was turning orange and stuff. And
the sky was on fire or no?
No, it wasn't. But like when you take a picture and you see it and you take and it's kind of like
you can't. It's just never gonna do it.
I've stopped taking that many pictures too because I feel like it really detracts from the moment where you're in it. Okay, I'm not gonna take a picture of this because I want to experience it while I'm here. Yeah. So it was one of those moments, even though I did send you that picture, which is like, and
it's like, and I get it. You want to capture it, but
it's not.
You have to be there. It's kind of like looking at videos of Egypt and then walking the temples.
It's kind of like trying to hold water in your hand. It's just not going to happen. At some point, it's just like, it's just going to fall off, just like roll off your hand, right? And that was not that long ago. And I felt it really can't get better than this. It can.
That's awesome.
It can, but can it? I don't know.
It's up to you.
Okay.
The beauty is within the beholder, the eyes of the beholder.
The eyes of the beholder. The other piece is, I know you're not going to like this.
Oh boy.
I genuinely, truly love the painting that I have of Iman.
Okay.
That the woman I was married to made.
Yeah.
And I can't get over it. I can't get over the painting because the painting is him.
Okay.
He is in the painting and I can't describe that any other way. And the painting that I have of my now deceased dog, which I have a funny story about actually. It's on the wall and it's on the wall opposite my bed. So I go to bed and he's there and I wake up and he's there and it's just fucking perfect. It's the perfect painting. It's his perfect little face and he's just watching me. He's like my gargoyle guardian super doggy.
Super doggy.
Okay, funny story. Not so funny. I don't know. Is it funny? I don't know. You tell me. Kamucha, my cousin, came into the city this week and we spent some time together. It was great. we had a really lovely time. And she asked about Iman, as in current.
She didn't know?
No,
What?
she didn't know he passed a year ago.
Wow.
And I was like,
Where's she been?
wait, are you asking what I used to do with Iman when I worked? Well, what do you do with him now?
His spirit?
What do I do with him now?
I talked to him.
I do talk to him. I mean, he's living his best life somewhere else. I mean, here and somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So the challenge, and we hope that you choose to accept it, is to find beauty everywhere.
And also bring it indoors, bring it with you.
Find it out there, find it in there, find it everywhere.
Dressing up to the clothes you wear, that's also beauty.
Your style.
Your hair, and it's not vanity. It's beauty. It elevates you.
We should talk about vanity
Next episode.
Okay. Find
All
it.
right.
Feel it. See it.
Fall in love with it.
And that is all we have for you this week.
Make sure you follow Permission to Podcast.
And we'll be back next week with your permission.